Our coverage with Nathan Coleman continues here on the Weather Network as we look at another very rainy Saturday in Halifax. Nate, if you could just paint the picture for people across Nova Scotia today, how would you do that? Oh, look at your camera starting to lose. That's the rain cover, isn't it? It's peeking into the shot.
There you go. You asked me to paint a picture, and it just happened naturally. The rain cover going down there. I've got the sou'wester on here. I had to buy one of these this summer because there's been so much rain, and it does a good job of trying to keep me dry. But yes, today, I'm standing out here on the waterfront in the rain. We're expecting heavy rains, really thunderstorms between 4 and 8 p.m., but it'll be raining all day here in Nova Scotia. So you want to prepare for that. The ground is extremely saturated from all the rain. We've gotten about 700 to 800 millimeters since June, which is extremely high. There is a big air show planned for this weekend, Air Show Atlantic. It's the largest in Atlantic. There goes the sou'wester and the rain jacket again. But yes, that's been canceled. So if you're hoping to see the air show, you can tomorrow, but it's off for today for obvious reasons.
All right, rainfall warnings are in place widespread across Nova Scotia. Special weather statements too for places like Fredericton. You can see widespread, so many Canadians are bracing for huge amounts of rain yet again this weekend. Now, Nate, you talked a little bit about how this summer has just been so soaking. We have seen historic flooding events across Nova Scotia. So it's an important time now to remind people, clear those storm drains on your street. It can be something as little as that can make a huge difference, right?
Yes, you want to make sure those drains are clear because the water needs somewhere to go, and especially now because the ground is saturated and the rivers are just so full. And you also want to be cautious about swimming because, there's all this storm water. There's several beaches. Bayswater Beach has been closed to the public here in Nova Scotia, so you want to check ahead. I don't think you'll be swimming today, but even in, 3 to 4 days following, you want to be careful because that storm water can run into the waterways. And Nova Scotia Power actually just recently stated, if the water, if you get a flood in your home and the water comes in and it gets up to around the area of your electrical outlets, you need to get out of there, call an electrician because that can be dangerous too. And you don't usually get that warning, but so when they're talking about that, we've had a lot of rain.
Absolutely. Now, Nate, we have about 90 seconds left. Let's talk about Franklin because, of course, we're dealing with the rain today, but the potential for a hurricane to come into Atlantic Canada, the risk is there this week. We saw Franklin bring huge rainfall across the Dominican. Now, forecasters are wondering, okay, where is it going next? Will it have an impact on Atlantic Canada?
Yes, and everyone here watching very closely because it was just last year that we were dealing with the devastating impacts of Fiona. So people a bit on edge here, and thankfully this is not looking like Fiona. It wouldn't be as strong, and it's also taken a track to the southeast of Newfoundland. So it's looking like it will remain offshore Nova Scotia, but there still could be some marine impacts, some big waves coming in, and Newfoundland still on edge as well as they watch this track. It's looking southeast of Newfoundland, but that doesn't mean you're completely out of the water because the left side of the system will have a lot of rain with it, and if that interacts with another system, it still could mean extreme rainfall amount. So something to continue to monitor, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, Nathan Coleman, thank you so much for joining us today on the Weather Network. I want you to enjoy your coffee, stay dry, and get that camera out of the rain.